Welcome to the Complete Cobblers podcast.
Okay, after quite an absence from episode 7, welcome to episode 8 with me, Dave Lalor.
And me, John Rhodes.
Yeah, I guess we should say to people, first of all, where the hell have we been? I had surgery on my hand, same surgery I had 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it took me 3 weeks to be back up and running. This time, we're nearly 3 months. I'm still buggering them out. Yeah, I guess I didn't realise it were more complicated this time. So we actually, episodes 6 and 7... was stuff we'd done in advance, wasn't it?
Yeah, just for a 3-week break.
So they'll be back for episode 8 and nobody will know and da-da-da, which obviously didn't happen. And basically, you might think, why can't you speak into a microphone when you've had hand surgery? Yeah, I do all the editing, so that was that. No editing to be done.
And I don't contribute anything apart from talking, so... You still wouldn't have got episode 8 if I'd have done it by now.
No, this is true. But also, I think, well, look, glad to be back. I've missed it. I don't know about you.
Yeah. I actually, when unfortunately, I had a bit of a problem where my tongue got too big for my mouth a couple of weeks ago, which that is surprising in itself. So, yeah, we were slightly more delayed. So, yeah, I'm glad to be back. And I still think, Dave, we should have gone to the second-hand shop. I just got you a new one.
Jesus, winter jokes already.
Yeah, I'm back. Alive and ready. Yeah, hey.
Okay. And before we start then, look, think also, you did the episode Dying for a Drink, which is rapidly becoming the most listened to podcast that we've done. And it had a hell of a response. People messaged and from all over the place. And afterwards I thought, oh, God, it's probably a bit odd. It looks like, because we'd done the 2 pre-recorded episodes for when I was in hospital, it looked like we'd done the Dying for a Drink episode, and then we'd done 2 episodes without even referring to it or mentioning it, which is not the thing. That we just them episodes were supposed to keep us going till I got back out of hospital. So yeah, do you want to say anything about that episode?
Yeah, there was quite a lot of feedback. And quite a few people contact me saying that were hard to listen to, and I appreciate that, and I'm not going to apologise. I had to give it straight from the hip, really, as it was. And a few have said, they're looking forward to me doing the bit of the recovery now, and how I'm still here 3 years down the line. So I'm going to be getting that ready in the next couple of weeks. We'll get it a bit more cheery and a bit more positive, and hopefully, if anybody's hit them a bit hard, get them to listen to this next one, because this is where it turn around and we get things sorted.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and I think we just do it the same. If you look at the episodes on wherever you get your downloads from, whether you're on Spotify, you got the website or wherever, you can see our normal episodes have got a little silly smiley face man on a light green background, and then the more serious ones we do a separate image and we release them on a different day. I think we released it on a Friday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So the normal episodes of Wednesday, so that people know what they can expect. We'll do it the same way. It'll have a different cover photo, and it'll be released on a different day. But yeah, there was so much feedback that we would definitely, as you say, keep that going and talk about the journey as it went forward, which is a hell of a story.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting on with that.
Okay, so let's get back into it. A normal episode then. Amazingly, we've been away for 2.5 months or something like that, and we've still got new listeners. So people finding us, those of you that have found us recently, but don't worry, we will be back onto the listen every Wednesday. So let's get going. First topic on the big long list on our new board over there. Try and make it easy for you to see.
Yeah, that's it. Big writing suits me fine. That.
Have you got anything you want to pick?
What about irony doesn't travel?
All right. Yeah, that was me. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've always been a little bit
ironic.
I'd call it sarcastic more than ironic, but
okay. Yeah. Well, where it actually came from is that I don't know if you know, in junior year I started to learn Spanish. Not quite in as
sí.
Yeah. Puedo hablar español. Anyway, so I in Spain when I can speak Spanish, because obviously it helps people give you feedback, etc. So I was in this bar this time and ordered a quiero una cerveza, por drunk there. And there's these lads, young lads on like 1830s holidays and all that, looking at me like I'm a complete. He speaks English, you know. Anyhow, I just finished my bottle and I said to him, "Oh, una más cerveza, por favor. One more beer, please."
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, no. He says, "We don't say one more beer. We say one beer more. Una cerveza más." And I went like, "Oh, right." And this is, you know, you go, "Oh, right, I'll remember that." I says, "Oh, thanks very much. That's great." He said, yes, you must keep speaking it. People will help you. We are glad you're speaking. This is how you learn. He said, "This is how I learn English." And I said, "Wow, well, your English is brilliant." And he never, not a hint of anything. He said, "Oh, yes, but it used to be shit like your Spanish." And they were like, everybody were listening, and they were like, 1 minute I were all like, and there wasn't a hint of irony in it. He went, "Oh, yes, but it used to be shit like your Spanish." We're absolutely.
Yeah, that's that kick there for you, isn't it?
So I'm thinking, like, as you travel across Europe and different countries, you know, I think Britain and perhaps Ireland, irony is, you know, people know when you're taking the piss. And, but it's just
there's
travel.
I mean, this one's not particularly ironic, but it's about speaking in. When I used to go to France, I used to try and speak French, and there was this lovely French barmaid called Colette, and I used to go and have a drink there. And one evening I went in and I said to her, "Bonsoir," and she went, "No." She said, "On a night when we sleep together, then it is bonsoir." I said, "Okay, then." I said, "That's a bit forward, but let's crack on."
Which went like that.
Yeah, it went straight over her head. So, because I did say it in a Yorkshire accent, so that.
So what is it then? Is it bon nuit?
Bon nuit or bonsoir? I'd said whichever it was. I'd said it wrong way around. Hopefully, if somebody could correct me, please.
You know, the difficult thing in Spanish is, so they say, so afternoon is buenas tardes and evening is buenas noches. But so you think, so we go out like, say, after 7 o'clock, evening, buenas noches, afternoon, buenas tardes. And I went to this to do a survey for a burglar alarm in somebody's house. And the woman had married a Spanish guy. He wasn't there, but mother-in-law were there. And she says, "Oh, my mother-in-law only speaks Spanish." And I was like, "Oh." So I went off and I said, "Oh, buenas noches," because it was like an 8 o'clock appointment. And then she was like, "No, tardes." And I went like, "Tardes?" And so then she's telling the woman's then translating, because it was just too much Spanish for me to cope. And she said, "No, we haven't eaten yet. We won't be eating until my son gets up. So until we eat, till we have the evening meal, it's still afternoon." Well, tardes.
Sounds more Irish than the Spanish.
But yeah, a big hello to all the Irish people listening at the moment. Thanks for that, John.
But one bit of irony, though, I was down in the pub in Leeds, changing a barrel, and bottom of my back went, my coccyx just popped out, dropped to the floor, and I'm laid by ice machine on the floor, just resting my back, can't move. And I had this Moldovan kitchen porter work for me, and he comes down to get some ice and stuff, and he comes in and he's like, "John, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just having a rest, it's okay." So he said, "Okay," and he stepped over me, got some ice, and then just went back upstairs again. And I was like, Vlad, because his name was Vladimir. Oh, I used to call him the Impaler. And I was like, "Vlad, I'm joking." He says, "What?" And he's like, he couldn't get that I was just
irony.
Not a thing. So like, Moldova and
I just think past Britain too much. Australians are okay. Aussies are fine with it, but I think Central Europe's like they're just going to take what you're saying.
Yeah, as it is.
Yeah.
You'd have to get Stevie B on, and he lives in Spain now, doesn't he? So
he lives in, is he still in Marbella?
Yeah, get him on and see what his Spanish is like.
I can tell you what his Spanish is like. So, as we say in Spain, shatio.
Shatio.
No, he's a typical Brit abroad. Ain't got a clue. Ain't got a Scooby. But plus, I think it's fine with him being over there, because irony doesn't travel right well with him either.
Yeah, I seem to remember something like that.
Oh dear. Right, okay, so we're coming to a new feature, which you don't know, but you invented.
Yay.
and it's called Songs to Blank To.
Songs to blank to.
And you're like, I invented this feature? Yeah, well, just tell everybody, when I went in for my surgery, John, very kindly, we much appreciated. On the day I was there, I got a message from him on my phone, and it said, "Are you at the hospital yet? Thinking about it? Yeah, you all right? Yeah, just arrived. Oh, good." And what you also have to know is when we're doing this podcast, we randomly send, if anybody looked at our messages, they'd think, what, waterless toilet,
I've got, yeah.
Like a list of nothing connected whatsoever. So I can get a message from John that might say fish shops, waterless toilet, people in queues. All right, and then I'll randomly send him something. So in 1 minute, it said to me, which were really nice, "Have you arrived yet? Thinking about you today, for your up." And then about, I don't know, 2 minutes later, he said, "Songs to operate to." The first cut is the deepest.
All right, yeah.
And which cracked me up. I was falling up. But then I was thinking, you can't help it. I'm thinking, so like beneath the disc come in, and I was thinking, wake me up before you go. And so on. And then I thought, actually, songs to blank to could be we'll just put a subject out there.
Yeah.
And then get people to message in, email in, maybe come up with some ideas, see if you can think of something before end of the podcast. But we have to pick a subject, songs to something to. Any ideas?
The one I'm thinking of is like for somebody who does carpentry, sort of like hammer to fall.
All right. Songs to...
Or,
songs to do joinery to.
Yeah, to joinery or like maybe...
DIY.
DIY, yeah.
Songs to DIY to.
Songs to be an arsonist too. Baby Light My Fire.
Hang on, you're going... We just need one.
All right, sorry.
We need one. Then you have to think about that. And then
okay. Sorry, I got excited there.
You did. You were away with a mixer then. Oh, that's songs. No, that ain't. No, that's DIY in it, but I don't think there's a song called that. Okay, so what we're going to go with songs to DIY to.
Yeah.
And you started with Hammer to Fall.
Yeah, I think,
And I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. Remember that? We can just leave it out there if you want. If you think of anything as the show progresses. But that's over to you now, people. This week's one is songs to do DIY to.
Yeah.
So messages through the socials, which you won't have heard for a little while. So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. And all the social handles are at Cobblers Podcast. Okay.
My tooth's just fallen out.
Yeah, it has as well. Christ. As a couple of specimens.
We're not going to get to 60.
I can't use my hand. You can't. You've got a swollen
gin.
tongue and his teeth's just falling out. Christ. If we make it to the end. You know how we say listen every Wednesday? Well, for now, every Wednesday we can manage until...
We'll be celebrating every Wednesday just for getting there.
Oh, dear me. I had to take a picture of that and put it up on show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess me to pick one then?
Yeah, what shall we have a look at?
Yeah, what shall we have a look at? Oh, I go then. I put that power of social media. I wondered how much really are you is Facebook about as much as you?
Yeah, probably Facebook's about. I haven't got Twitter or X.
No, Instagram?
No.
Which is kind of ultimately linked to Facebook. I mean, I ain't got Instagram, but Cobblers, the podcast, got Instagram. And it's a very popular one. But so, things like, so TikTok, they all panic about that because that's one of the biggest up and coming ones that kids look at. And that is Chinese, isn't it? So, but they have these algorithms that just keep them scrolling, just little 5, 6, 7 bits of reels and images. It's apparently it produces like endorphin rushes.
Right.
So instead of them, like how you should get an endorphin rush going out for a walk and bloody, being active, that this thing in their hand is screen time for some of them. The usage of how long they're on a phone is amazing, and that it's designed to just keep you scrolling, push you adverts. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I sometimes get, because you can get on Facebook, that you see where it says Reels.
Oh yeah. I watched that guy with ivers on. All construction sites where stuff's been, and wagons falling over and cranes going down hills.
So, but there's the thing you see. So the more you watch that, the more they'll push that.
Yeah.
And so you start getting pushed the stuff you like to watch. So it'll keep you on, and they'll keep and shove adverts in between. But it's a total algorithm. Shoving more of that stuff. And if they shove you something and you click off of it, or you don't show them that, keep showing them what they want to see. So your reels would probably be totally. Some of them
nearly all this stuff, Andy Tools and this, that, and other, and all that sort of stuff.
And so it knows what you like, and it's going to push it to you all day long. But sometimes it's funny. So you wouldn't have. It might have come up on a reel on. I definitely saw it on X, but this one it was just some woman, and she videoed the cat. Have you seen this? And she said she just videoed it and posted it, and she said, "I think my cat's Scouse." and she was nowhere near Liverpool, right? But she put it up, and to be fair, have a listen. Scouse cat.
Yeah, it does sound like it's from.
All right. All right. So you know what time it is now?
It's Factoid time, which will mean.
Okay, so go on then, John, take it away.
Right, I'm going to go straight from top. It's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland.
Right, okay, I remember that. The ancient Romans used to drop a piece of toast into the wine for good health. And that's where the expression of let's raise a toast comes from.
Are you sure?
No, it's true.
Are you sure that's not a bit of a bowl?
No, that's exactly where it comes from. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Nutmeg is an hallucinogen.
Nutmeg. It's his tongue.
It's very hard to
hallucinogenic.
Well, that don't say hallucinogenic. That says hallucinogen.
Oh, it does. It says a hallucinogen.
Hallucinogen. Nutmeg is easy to say with a swollen tongue, but hallucinogen.
Have you had some nutmeg?
No. Anyhow, you imagine stuff if you take nutmeg.
I think you have to have quite a lot.
Yeah. I wonder if you could snort nutmeg.
If we only had it read. The actors who voiced Mickey and Minnie Mouse got married in real life.
Really? Well, just
8 or 9.
Mickey Mouse watch.
Yeah. Right. Okay. The last letter added to the English alphabet was J.
Ah. So what would they have called him before that? I'd think...
Nothinodge.
No.
That's my name backwards, is Nothinodge.
Nothinodge, is it really?
What's yours backwards?
That's how your evenings go by, is it, that you work that out?
Nothinodge Sedar.
I've no idea.
David Ralal.
It's local candidate.
It's like lime green licking up Washington.
Yeah, licking up Washington. I remember that, yeah. Definitely. Spoonerisms. Well, I think what it actually means is they did, pronounce J, but I think I was used for I and J, and it was just by context that you could tell what it was. And then somebody said, shouldn't we have a slightly different looking? Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't have been Onathan.
No.
Or Ionathan.
Right. It'd been Ion. It'd been Ginger getting corn. Well, just thinking about the English alphabet and that, next week I will tell you about the great schwa vowel shift, where we stopped speaking guttural Old English and we started to speak as we speak now. And it's called the great schwa vowel shift.
Really?
Yeah. Where you start to speak from somewhere else in your mouth.
Wow.
Instead of going, you suddenly go, hello.
I mean, that just when we stopped, speaking German.
It might have been around
Germans
that time.
were very guttural language, having studied it yourself.
Ich habe keine schlecht. Du bist ein Selbstbefriedigen.
Yeah, I'll just wipe the desk down.
Sorry, yeah, we're pretty post-COVID now, but
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, we are largely when learning different languages. So, like in Spanish, so English is a mixture of Latin and Indo-Germanic, and all your posh words in English are Latin, and all your less posh words are Indo-Germanic. So there's loads of words in Spanish and other Italy and places like that. Very easy to pick up because we've got such similar words here. And there's little rules like, so in Spain, anything that ends in idad,
me dad,
idad,
me dad.
would end in ite over here. And you can, anything, you can just, so...
Pedidad. Petite.
No, more like, so Universidad.
All right.
Securidad. I work for a Securidad company.
All right.
So ite, and it's security, university, and they say Universidad, Securidad. Ciudad is city.
Jelly dad. Jelly.
Ite.
All right. Sorry. I'm not taking this too seriously, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anyway, okay. All the clocks in Pulp Fiction are set to 4:20.
And do you know why?
Why?
No, I don't know. I'm just asking if you knew why. Okay, we'll find out.
No idea.
If you know, please send us a message. Write on your hand, chop it off, post it.
I wonder if my daughter knows that. She's a mad Pulp Fiction one of her
Never watched
favourite.
it for years, and I've watched it a few times now.
Yeah, well, Quentin, his films are amazing.
I still like his the last one he did.
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh no, one where he rescues the slave Jenga Unchained.
Oh,
Django
Unchained. I think you're right. That might be his last one. Yeah.
There's one brilliant bit where he shoots the mother of Mr. Candy, and as he shoots her, she's obviously got some sort of strings on her back to pull her back, and he uses his hand weapon on her. And she goes through a door, a wall, and somewhere else. It's that powerful. It's typical Quentin Tarantino kind of stuff.
Is it like one of them air rifles you could buy from Germany back in the day?
I think I had one called a Weihrauch or something like that. Yeah.
You know, one of them ones that if you let somebody have a go with it, who's never had a go before, that the telescopic sight cuts his head open when he takes a shot.
That's because they haven't been trained to use it, right?
No, you're right.
There was some that you could shoot like pigeons off chimneys from 300 yards away.
Or beer glasses off a table, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
From a similar distance.
Yeah. Bread vans from across car park.
Even.
And you wouldn't think that would be legal to buy from Carter's in toy shop.
Oh, but then, you know, lowest of lows, like I remember seeing in a particular pub, like disabled sign. Oh, like poor man in wheelchair looked like he'd been peppered. But God knows who that was. No, anyway.
You've been in some rough pubs.
Yeah, I've been with
right. An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain.
Wow, fancy that. Although I think we've got the biggest brain in relation to the size of your head, haven't we?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Depends on who you're talking to, I suppose.
No, I think we actually have, which is why we're sort of.
Do you think stupid people have the same size brain as intelligent people? It's just full of notes.
I don't know. You want me to do some surgery? Let's find out.
Put that drill down.
What do they call that? Trepanning?
Yeah, trepanning. Yeah, where they used to cut top of the head off.
They actually thought it was
it was to
pressure.
Like to release pressure, so it will drill a hole in your skull.
Jesus.
And I think there's still some adverts there now. If you were ever trepanned, ring this number. We're now doing a lawsuit against medieval medicinal practitioners even. Right, yours is the last one.
Okay. A jiffy is an actual unit of time. What's that say it is?
1/100th of a second
is a jiffy. Right, so rather than
that's
just thinking it's
like just a moment in time. So when people say I'm coming in a jiffy, it's
That's in that when they do like postal sperm donation.
yeah, I think so. But was there not some condoms that were called jiffies
Oh, there might have been.
in America or somewhere? I'm not sure. But I think there was.
Okay, so factoids done and dusted. Next topic, John.
Right. Ladies who wear thongs. Right. Now, many years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there was quite a lot of ladies wore thongs.
Just to point out here, just for our Australian listeners, because we've got quite a lot there, our second biggest not demographic, geographic, because thongs over there are flip flops.
Right. Okay.
So just we're not talking footwear, are we?
No, but I suppose if you looked at a flip flop and there's that Y piece, the bit that goes between, and then if you imagine your bottoms, your two toes, and then it comes up. So anyhow, basically a pair of knickers.
Camel toes.
Camel toe. No, this ain't gonna get broadcast.
I could do some.
Yeah.
Oh no. Wrong button.
Why have I just been shot?
Can't remember whether you. Oh, that was it.
Right. So, yeah, ladies used to wear these thin underwear, which was basically just a string up between the bum cheeks and across to the front little piece of fabric. And to be fair, on some ladies they looked quite nice. On some, they didn't look that nice. And this was mainly down to the size of the ladies' bottoms. Now, it depends whether you like big bottoms or not. But anyhow, at one time I was running a pub somewhere in West Yorkshire, and we had a function room, and these ladies came through from the function room, and a couple of these ladies were big ladies, probably size 18, 20s, and they got low-cut jeans on and these thongs on. And I might have been under the influence of a couple of pints, stood at the bar, being a friendly landlord, chatting away to customers and things. And I said to a couple of the regulars, I said, and I'm sorry because yes, this is sexist and it's fattest and everything else. I said, you'd think that thongs they would only sell them into like maybe size 12, because it don't look that nice really. So two of the lads were like laughing and they were drinking the beer. And then this woman, I said, what can I get you, love? And she said, a couple of gin and tonics, whatever. She says, and I'll tell my daughter what you said when I go back in the other room. And I said, you can have them on house. There you go. And these two lads they sort of put their heads into the beer and just like, they went more red than I did, to be fair.
Right.
But anyhow, you don't really see many thongs these days.
Well,
or maybe I've stopped looking, I don't know.
Well, it depends who you're related to. I've seen them a bit.
Okay, right.
We'll gloss over that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. They were more prevalent in
definitely
80s, perhaps 90s.
I mean, some had little diamante tops and things. They looked quite nice, actually.
Well, now they just don't bother with that. The diamante goes straight on the
vajazzle.
Yeah. Yeah. How times change.
But now these leggings that they're wearing, apparently you can get camel toe leggings.
You joke.
Or monkey's forehead leggings, where it actually enhances your lady bits. Why? I don't know.
So is that
we've been doing it for years.
That we've got that pull your belly in?
Yeah. And like we used to tuck a pair of socks down your jeans when you were going out. But...
Back when you wore tight jeans.
Yeah. And I could never get on with tight jeans. Couldn't get them off when I was pissed.
No, that
I used to wake up 4 hours late with them round my ankles.
No, and it still seems to be, like most fashions, unfortunately, go and come back again. Have you seen what's coming back now? Hairstyle.
Mullet.
Mullet.
Oh,
the mullet is back. You would think that had been one of them things that had never, ever...
No,
ever.
And I've just had mine cut as well. Jesus, I'll have to grow it now.
Yeah, the mullet is on it. It's coming back. Yeah, okay. So, are you done there with the...
Yeah.
You got that off your chest? Or
and if there is any ladies listening, I'm sorry, I've changed. I'm a changed man.
So we've done... All right, so we said we would start this new feature as well, which was Maz Shafransky said,
Yes.
keep doing the school stuff.
Yeah.
So we said, all right, we'll give it a name. We'll call it the Schoolday Segway.
I like that. Are you a poet and you don't even know it?
So, but now we've got to say something about the school days. So,
Right.
have you got out? Or...
I keep thinking about it. You know the French female teacher?
Oh, yeah.
Little blonde-haired,
Hibbit.
peroxide blonde. Hibbit. Miss Hibbit.
Miss Hibbit, yeah.
And she had like a verruca on the side of her. Or something. But do you remember from chemistry, where you used to overlook an ogle at Margaret Clitheroe's chemistry?
Oh, yeah.
And over there. And because she used to do a bit in physics, didn't she, as well? French and physics, I think it was.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think you might be right.
But on more than one occasion, I saw her snogging another teacher in that chemistry. Used to have a classroom there and a classroom there. And then there used to be like a little
cupboard in
middle
between,
section between two. And it keeps coming back into my memory of seeing her kissing.
Oh, was it then Billy Blueflash? Mr. Wilson? Physics? Oh, it might not have been another physics teacher. For what I'm saying,
I keep thinking it might have been Mr. Melania, but maybe that's because he gave me a strap and I'm just trying to slur him in his old age now.
All right.
But,
so
you know,
you saw two teachers snogging.
Yeah.
And I know what you mean. There'd be
Yeah.
a class.
Yeah.
And then
You could go into that.
a small room in between where the
Yeah.
big crap that they could keep in there.
Yeah.
And then
Another class.
another class. And both classrooms had a door into it.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you were across the grass and looking from the other school, so for listeners to remember, we had
Quadrangle, was it?
we did, but we had there were a girls' school, Margaret Clitheroe,
Yeah.
and the boys' school, Carnal Lindsley's. They kept the sexes. Where they said to the nonna, "How do you keep the sexes apart?" I use a fucking crowbar. But yeah, we had until we went to the sixth form.
And then you were unleashed on each
You
other.
were, after years of looking from afar,
Lusting
high
from a distance.
testosterone days. All right, so I never knew that. Did you tell me that before? Or is it,
No,
have
I
you
don't
just been
think so. I
carrying
think
that
it's-
round?
Yeah, I've just been carrying it around, but yeah, just recently when I've been painting walls, I've just been thinking about her a bit. Miss Ibby, if you're still alive, could you just let us know?
Who that was?
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair to her, she was Miss Ibbett.
Miss Hibbit, yeah. So, you know.
But
Well,
I think like maybe not all that section can be broadcast.
yeah. If you subscribe and pay quite a large sum
Oh,
towards
yeah,
our...
They do a lot of that on podcasts.
yeah.
People who pay get the
If you want the what is it, the cutting room floor episode,
yeah.
you've got to go fund our legal fees.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, so we'll just remind everybody. Do you want to remind people, John, where they can get in touch with us?
Right, this is where I sound like I know what I'm on about. So you can contact us via the socials. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, X and YouTube. All the social handles are at Cobblers Podcast.
Or you can email us at completecobblers@gmail.com. You could send us a voice note via Instagram or Facebook. Or you can visit the website and just click on send voice note.
And the website is completecobblers.com.
Yeah, cool. Right. We've done that. So, yeah, the other feature that we came up with last time, and we said to people, we'll give you the answer next week, 2.5 months later. So we came up with the idea that we'd read out a fact, or is it? So we called it Cobbloid or Factoid. So we'd read out a fact, and listeners can just decide. They don't really have to do anything. We'll tell them next week, but they can decide for themselves. Or if they want to messages on the socials, that's fine. But basically, is it true or is it a lie? Is it a cobbloid or is it a factoid?
Do you have one,
Is
Dave?
it a factoid or is it a cobbloid?
Okay, so from last time, nearly 3 months ago, we left you with the fact that competitive art used to be an Olympic sport. Now, I know you don't know the answers to this, John. So what we all guess?
I think that's a cobbloid.
It's a factoid. It's
No
true.
way.
Competitive art did used to be an Olympic sport.
Right.
So this week's one is Abraham Lincoln invented the pancake. So we'll just leave that one with you folks. You've
I
got
bet
a
that's
week.
why he had that big hat. And he used to have them all stored up under there.
Oh, yeah.
A bit like Paddington did.
Was it crepe?
Well, I didn't like it that much.
Okay, so as we come to the end, joke time.
Yeah, I think it's time for a joke. So, as much I ain't got a long one prepared for tonight, so it's just a quick one.
Okay,
What do you call a fake noodle?
a fake noodle. Hang on.
An impasta.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. All right. So I'll do a short one as well then.
Go on then.
What did Yoda say when he saw himself on a 4K TV?
Precious, my son.
He said, HDMI.
HDMI.
Okay, so I think
Right.
on that note, like, it's good to be back.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
we've got episode 8 in the can. I hope we might have to do some legal cutting here and there. But it's great to be back. Sorry we've been away. It just couldn't be helped. One of them things, medical things coming along. But we aim to be back with you every Wednesday now. Also, John will do fairly soon part 2 of, I don't know if you call it Dying for a Drink this time or whatever. You might have a new title, but
Dying for a drink. The road to recovery will start, I think.
Yeah, Road to Recovery. That sounds good. And when we do that, we'll release them on a Friday. It'll have the different logo to it. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. Have you?
Yeah, it's been great to be back. And we might be a bit rusty, but please, any comments, good or bad, preferably constructive, not just it's a load of crap. But we take that one on board as well.
I want to tell you that. Did you see?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you see that guy on there?
Yeah, and
which is fine. I were in stitches laughing, but he was losing his mind.
Yeah, and
he said, "Gee, we should have called it
complete crapplers or something." Which I thought that's pathetic. If I was going to insult you, I'd have done it.
But I started getting, because it were on an old school site that we went to.
Yeah,
and I'd come up with idea. Oh, well, like we all went to the same school. They might have a listen, and a lot of people did. Listening figures went up.
Yeah.
This Sunday afternoon, he would just lost his mind.
Yeah.
Look, and it doesn't. Irony doesn't travel. Comes back, and I said, "Cheers for that." I was laughing. He was called Mick or something, and I said, "Oh," because he just said, "Yeah, I've had a listen. You should have called it complete shite, because that's what it was." Whatever. And I went, "Oh, cheers for that." I was proper laughing to myself.
Yeah.
And then, about half an hour later, and then they all thought, "Oh, no, don't." And they don't respond, and he was like losing his mind because I wasn't responding. He was going again and again.
So, yeah, I only saw it first, and I didn't realise you'd had an interaction with him. But
oh, well, he didn't. He said one thing, and then I was like, "Don't interact with," and he was completely losing his mind.
At first, I sort of saw it, and I thought, you know what, you arsehole, can't you say anything positive? It's, with ex-school mates, no, not mates, probably you. I think you're a lot older and fatter than us, but you could have said something nice about, "Come on, lad, talk about something." Anyhow,
I was quite impressed. I'm quite impressed that he found the podcast, because when I looked at that, his last thing that he said gave me a good idea of where age-wise where he might be, because he said, "Bloody hell, he could have put a glass eye to sleep," and I thought, yeah, my granddad used to say that.
Yeah. But if you do manage to find this one again, if you've got your healthcare visitor finds it for you, come on, tell us why you got so angry about it. This is a bit of fun.
I was fine with it. Look, you
like
never
constructive criticism, but saying it's a complete load of shite, inconstructive in no way, shape, or form. We're not going to take out from that, and we're not going to take umbrage because I can't spell that.
I did. To be honest, it just really made me laugh. But I bet he proper pulled his hair out in because I thought, God, is he ever going to stop? And then I thought, oh, because it had been on for a week. Right?
Yeah.
And we'd had a nice little spike of people listening, right? And then it was just going crazy and I wasn't responding.
Oh, bless.
But so I thought, oh, well, it's done its bit. So I deleted the post.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't comment anymore. I bet it were going absolutely spent.
Oh, well.
But, it's fine. Listen, if you put yourself out there, if people can say we're shy, that's absolutely fine by me. Anyway, we're back. We're back up and running. And, might have been a bit rusty, but we're getting into it. So, one last time, it's good night from me.
And it's good night from me.
You've been listening to the Complete Cobblers podcast. Get involved. Leave us a voice note on Messenger or Instagram, or via the website CompleteCobblers.com.